Welcome back to another Black Lightning recap. I'm your host Terry. Today I'm doing episode 4, Black Jesus. So this show continues to roll. Overall, I will say though, this episode was probably my least favorite that we got so far, but it's very early on and it's perfectly fine. But I still think we got some good things. As far as negatives, I still continue to struggle a little bit with the way they're going about the daughter's arc as a hero. I don't know, something about it seems kind of loosely structured, and I feel like there's a better way to go about it. And I still did enjoy the scene though when she came back for those drug dealers, who's the now I'm just playing, but I thought that was kind of cool, but then she got all worried that she might have killed them, and it was like, okay, whatever. But I don't know, that arc is kind of whatever. It is a lot going on in this episode, by the way. A lot of different moving parts. But I like that they are doing that with the strings. Now, I'll say right up front, one thing I'm really concerned about is this Lady Eve thing. I kind of talked about it before, about the villain structure. We didn't really know what was what. Now it's very clear Tobias Well works for Lady Eve, who works for some more powerful people. This has Daredevil 2 / Defenders written all over it. There's something very mystical about it, and I'm really worried because we got this dead body that's clearly a cadaver. There's a lot of different cut marks and everything, and she's doing whatever she's doing to it, and the person's clearly alive, and so there's already this mystical element. And she talks about albinos and how they would sell them as magic dust. So I think they did that on purpose while she was doing that scene. It was very creepy. It was very Netflix Defenders type stuff. So I'm worried about that because the charm of this show so far has been how grounded it is. And probably the best thing I would say if you look at Black Lightning is that even though you have superpowers, it shows how daunting, how spread out, and how deep the issues of an inner city can be. Like, you can summon lightning out of your hands. That's a miracle, but it still can't stop mothers from dying, kids from ODing, people selling drugs, people, that don't become athletes becoming drug dealers. There's so much going on that being a superhero doesn't make everything easy and automatically fixed. So I like that. And the fact that we're building up, of course, to something more mystical. I don't know. I was cool with Black Lightning not having these villains that got superpowers. Now, him having 2 daughters that end up having powers, of course, they're going to need some type of villains, but I just wish it stayed grounded. And I know it's probably a ways off, but I'm already kind of sad about that. And I don't like that Tobias Well is the underling, because Jill Scott is overacting. I don't care what nobody says. She's overacting. I like the look, but she's overacting so bad, and I don't like it. But apart from that, Tobias Well clearly has a history with Black Lightning, and I just think that should be more highlighted as his main villain rather than him being an underling. And even if you kept the focus on Well, once you show that he's just one piece of the puzzle, it undercuts everything he's doing. So that's annoying, but I don't think I have too many big negatives. I don't like his other daughter as an actor, the one from or actress, the one from Daddy's Girls. She's not that good. And of course his wife, once again, every episode she keep flipping. I'm mad at you. Nah, I hate you being Black Lightning. This is still like, come on, man. It's annoying. I think that's pretty much it for my big negatives. So positives, man. I like Cress Williams. I think he's getting a groove. Once he's Black Lightning, he does do a more stereotypical black dude lingo and voice. And I think that's kind of how he, disguises himself. It's kind of much like Bruce Wayne and Clark, where Clark, he's just wearing glasses, and they tell you, historically, the reason his disguise is believed is because it's more than the glasses, it's the demeanor. It's like that guy could never be Superman. I don't care how much he looks like him. Same thing with Bruce. Like Bruce Wayne, the billionaire playboy loving life, he's beating people up at night. I think that's how it is. It's like this calm, collected, articulate principal could not be this Black Lightning. Even though it's just so obvious, but you gotta suspend your disbelief, I guess. The man was in the same bar like an hour earlier, same beard, same stature, and it's just like y'all don't know that's him, but we'll leave it alone. But I think Cress Williams has gotten into a groove with being Black Lightning. And then I like the questions it proposes. This whole let's turn Black Lightning into a vigilante that people hate, using this boy as the face. And I thought that's interesting way to take it. It does make Tobias seem kind of weak, but we'll see. And then just the questions it poses in general. I don't know. I think I like Black Lightning so much because I do work in a high school. I'm part of the education system, and just a lot of the things they bring up in the school setting kind of interest me. So they're talking about the board not letting him have final say and playing politics there, and him trying to save these kids. And it's so funny because the vice principal at one point says, you need to let the kids make the decision themselves. If they mess up, they show you that they're not worthy or whatever. And that's my stance. A lot of times that's how I am. I'm like, you can lead a horse to water, can't make it drink. If the kid doesn't follow through, then they don't follow through. There's so many people trying to hold their hands and do everything for them. But then Jefferson says, well, if that was how schools work, I would have never made it. Or if my teacher worked that way, I would have never made it. And I don't think I'm right 100%. I don't think they're right. It's just the debates that go on in education. I think they capturing a lot of real topics, whether it be in education, whether it be in the community, all these different things. And I just think they do a good job with that. And the last thing I'll say is his I don't know his name, the butler, whatever, the tailor. I'm gonna call him the tailor. The tailor. Why does he keep lying about everything? I'm getting worried. Why does he keep lying? I mean, him lying about Tobias was one thing. It was like, oh, he might be evil, but then he lies about this other person with power, gets a gun, and is trying to go kill him. So obviously, I don't think it's that he's evil or working for Tobias. He's obviously got some personal interest in it. So we'll have to see. As far as a grade, I'm going to give this episode a B-. It was pretty good. Again, a lot of good themes. I think Cress had a great performance. I like Tobias' performance. Everybody else is kind of, but again, it was just fun to see him fighting and everything. So that was cool. So go to the comment section. Let me know what you thought. Thumbs up, subscribe, share it around. If you heard it, it's official canon.